Khoury Seekers, I'm Liz, and today we're talking about Origin by Jessica Khoury.
You are now watching Elizziebooks.
This is about a girl named Pia who is this girl growing up in the Amazon rainforest, and she is living in this scientific village type thing with her aunts and uncles, and basically they're all just a big family and they all kind of chip in as far as the research that they're doing. And so it's very interesting to see how that plays into the sci-fi aspect of this book, because it is a sci-fi YA, which I like that. I like sci-fi and I like YA. The big part of the story is that Pia is immortal. That means that she cannot die. Also that her skin is unbreakable, like you can't kill her. And her biggest fear is getting swallowed by an anaconda and having to stay there for the rest of her immortal life. Her being immortal was brought through several generations of testing, and they make it seem like, oh, it's just from generation to generation. We just got stronger through the Elizziebooks flower, kind of injecting that into our bloodstream somehow. They find that that is killing their test subjects, so there's some questionability there. Of course, Pia is raised in the scientific community, and so she's just kind of like in that scientific mind, and she's just like, things are gonna die, it's okay, it's just a test subject, just another test subject. And so she's kind of raised in that aspect, and not until she kind of ventures into the outside world and sees these other people, and I will not even try to pronounce this tribe's name. It's like Aowen. I guess I just tried. I tried it. I earned my gold star for the day. Anyways, on her 16th birthday, she sees that there's a hole in the fence, and so she and her pet jaguar go and venture out into the world and see that there's this whole tribe out there. Also, there's a whole different world out there. So Harriet gives her a map, and that, along with going and seeing the outside world and seeing that there are other people out there, just kind of opened her eyes to see that it's not all about science, and that there can be love in the world. And that's something that she has really wanted all of her life, is to have somebody who loved her, because even though she has parents who live in the same village, they're not quite parents, they're just kind of like her overseers in a way. And so it's just, you got that really distant relationship. She calls them aunt and uncle still though, because she calls like her dad Uncle Will, just because, yeah. I don't know if I've made it seem like this book is very complex, but it's just like, it's not complex. It's just, there's a bit of sci-fi aspect to it, and that brings I feel like sci-fi just does that very well. It brings in that whole ethics question. Is this ethical? Should we be doing this? And because I don't want to spoil it, but there's something with the whole immortal thing that is not quite ethical at all. I want to talk about Pia's character for a little bit, and I want to say that, like, even though we meet her and she is very innocent and she just does what she's told, once she kind of leaves and comes back, goes out into the forest and comes back, she definitely, you can see a change in her and see a change in her perspective. And even though later in the book she's like, should I be with the scientist, or should I go and be a part of the nature of the village and things like that, because that's, I feel like that's when you see her be a real person and a real teenager, maybe, because she's not just gonna be like, okay, I'll do whatever you want, because she was created by these people, but at the same time she's like, I don't, questionable. What you're doing is questionable. All I'm saying, it was nice to see that even though she was like kind of just malleable at the beginning, that she kind of becomes her own person. And I mean, she's always been her own person, and you can see that she's just kind of like, I get to do what I want because I'm immortal and everybody calls me Perfect Pia. And then you see her kind of move away from that and be like, okay, I've got some responsibility, not just to myself and not just to little Cam, but to the whole world. Do I want there to be an immortal race of people like me? Because she is searching for somebody who is like her, like we do, and she's just kind of like, she finds that out in a different kind of way, and she's like, I would love to have somebody who is immortal with me, and da-da-da-da. But then she meets Io, and she's like, okay, this is something new, and something that I might like. So basically, I really liked this. I thought it was a very nice book about sci-fi and ethics and rainforest stuff. and I felt like it was very authentic. And what else can I say about this novel? I just really liked it. I thought it was awesome. And I think that I am looking forward to more of Jessica Khoury's work and things like that. And I don't think this is a series. I think this is a standalone, even though like there were parts where I was like, okay, this could be a series, but I feel like as it ended, I feel like you could read it as a standalone if it is a standalone. So yeah, I hope you all have a great day and keep reading.